As you're transplanting onion, plant population is very important. We are looking at about 700,000 to about 1,000,000 plants per hectare. And as you manage to achieve your plant population, that's when actually you are going to get the yield. And that's where your money is. Because the higher the plant population within the range, that's where the money is. If you are selling your onion as a green onion or a bulb onion, you find that you need to grow even OPVs, and you need to grow 700 to 1,000,000 plants per hectare, and then you'll be selling your onion in bundles. Like Mr. Chirimba is doing, he's selling it per meter, right? He's charging per meter. That's another way of selling your onion. But if you are selling as green onions, you can afford to grow OPV, open pollinated varieties. But if you are going to sell as dried bulb, you need to have a hybrid onion which fully matures and is demonstrated. When onion matures, it means it is fully matured, and the storability is good and longer. Most lifespan of onions is about 9 months after it is dried up and after it has been cured. And then at that stage, you grade, you pack into 15 kg packs, and then you can sell. Markets of onions are quite different. You find with the markets of onions, Zimbabwe, most farmers actually prefer white onions like this, right? They prefer white onions. And then there are other markets. A few here in Zimbabwe, they prefer red onion. But this is a very strong onion. And if you look at red onion, it has got a strong aroma, and it's very good flavor. Again, you find that apart from Zimbabwe with the red onion, it's very common or popular in DRC, in Mozambique, and other Western countries. You can actually have a very good market of this. And then with the onions, you find we have some onions which are round like this, or we can have oval onions like this. So there are different types, different shapes. But most farmers, most people actually at a household level, they prefer the size. Actually, they prefer this size here for a home use. If it's too big, people don't usually like cutting an onion and leave it for future use. They just want to touch one onion, cut it, use it, and they're done with it. And also, you find with such onion, in order to obtain this size, spacing plays an important role. If you grow 500,000 plants per hectare, you find you get very big heads or bulbs. And then if you grow at high plant population, 700,000 to 1,000,000, you get this standard of an onion, which is actually mostly preferred by women in the kitchens. The difference between green onion and dried onion is that the green onion is an onion which you are going to sell as green. But if you look at the prices, the price of seed of green onion, you find is much cheaper than a hybrid. So if you make a choice at a planning stage, if you want to sell your onion green, you have to select open pollinated variety onion. And the open pollinated variety onion, you find it's affordable because you don't need it to mature. And the storability, if you leave that same onion to dry, you find that storability is a bit, or life shelf is a bit shorter than the hybrid. And then if you want a dried onion, it means you have to get a hybrid onion. And the hybrid onion has got a very long shelf life of 9 months. Sometimes it can go to 12 months. So that one you have to buy a hybrid onion, and the hybrid you have to let it physically reach physiological maturity in order for it to store very well and for a longer time. And then that way you'll be in a position to sell it as dried onion. And some people actually try to take shortcuts. When they've got a green onion, they just chop the neck out and then pack it like that. But after 3-4 weeks on the shelf, they start sprouting just because they were maturely harvested. So that's not recommended. And the only thing is, if you want it dry, make sure it matures. And if it's green, and if it happens to lose leaves while it's on the market, try to sell it as fast as you can before it starts sprouting. You know, we encourage farmers to have their crop at heart, and this is by making sure that you move in your field. There are different methods of moving in your field, whereby you move physically to inspect, where you can have a zigzag way, where you can have a crossway or straight line, where you are actually moving and inspecting. And each time, or maybe every third or fourth day you are inspecting your crop, make sure that you use a different route altogether, so that at least you are in a position to notice some differences in your crop or new developments in your crop, so that at least you can easily take action. But in the event that you come across something which you are not familiar with, it's always important to seek advice from your local extension officers, so that at least they give you advice on identification of the problem, be it a disease, be it a pest, and then that you can actually take to your service providers for the recommendation of chemical and proper and safe use of that chemical. And also, you find with the new technology, you can also use the new technology of just taking leaves, take to the lab. They'll be in a position to identify the challenge to you, or the use of drones to do the inspections. Also, they should be in a position to do that, where they are linked to good gaps, and they'll be in a position to identify and also recommend some type of chemicals or fungicides to use for the control of, be it a disease or a condition or even a pest.